won the egg foo young. Just be careful with this.
Oh, this one. Come, live. Straight.
Alright? First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and charges of truth. Honors and salutations to the elect, to the men that died doing the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem outside, to the sunrise first. Alright? We're out here once again on the highways and hedges. This is today, Sunday, October. What's the date? 28th, I think. 28th,
29th or 30th, right? 30, because you know what's tomorrow,
Halloween,
right?
Yeah. The day before.
Wicked
the day
Ween,
of souls,
wicked Ween.
Right. Yo, and then you had, like, mentioning that Halloween shit. You just had, I think it was 59 people got killed. 59 people got killed, put to death, and 150 got injured. I think it was at a Halloween party. You know, so the Lord, man, he's not playing with you, man.
God.
And we've been telling you, like, for years about these holidays, and this is a wicked one. And when you actually really go, it was meant for the saints, man. Because I looked it up. When you go into the word, I think it's, matter of fact, real fast, I'm gonna bring it up real quick, and then we gonna hop into the first scripture. Because Esau always twists things up.
I'm gonna invest in what
What's that etymology? Because it comes from two different words. Alright, can't hear it though. As a matter of fact, I looked up the online etymology, which I don't know if they can see that.
Yeah, sun.
Alright, but this is our online etymology, the word Halloween. This comes from two words. It says the last night of October, the eve of All Saints' Day. As a popular holiday, 1781, in the Scottish context, it's a Scottish shortening of All Halloween, All Hallows Eve. In the 1550s, the evening before All Hallows. This is a term from even, otherwise obsolete, hallow. It says Halloween, holy person, saint. All right, from the source hallow, also seen even, and compare hallows. But you go down further, it says all hallows in Middle English, all Hallowe'en, late Old English, Elra, Halgun, all saints, the saints in heaven collectively. Also the name of the feast day and of individual churches, the date October 31st is described as Ali Halloween, E-U-E, by the 1300s Hallow Day from All Saints Day from 1590s. All right, so basically, they want to turn everything wicked, man.
God.
You know? But everything here is upside down anyway. So it will make sense that when you talk about the saints, we know who the saints are. The saints are the Israelites,
God.
so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right? But anyway.
Esau turned anything wicked.
Yeah.
What they want to do tomorrow is really conjure up them fucking spirits.
Yo,
them wicked ass spirits.
I hope they do.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I hope they conjure them up and get it popping with with the things that's to come, man. We get Jacob's trouble rolling even faster.
Right.
But we're going to start off with what you got.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 1.
And that's the title of the video.
Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith Yahweh.
That's right. So, yo, the Lord, man, for you to bring it down, bro.
God. So, hey, man, all this stuff going on right now. Where's the Christian church, especially the so-called black pastors, right?
Yeah.
In our community, all this stuff going on. I don't hear them saying anything about prophecy, about what's going on, about warning the people.
Right.
You know, about that we are the children of Israel, that we are Yasha'Allah. Where are they at? They are kept silent because they know they lose their 501c3 charter.
That's right.
Lose all the money they get. You know, so they are not defenders of the gospel. And so, hey, man, at the times like this, hey, you wonder why mostly men are leaving the church in droves. They getting the hell out of there, and you ain't got nothing but women.
That's right, man.
That should be quiet anyway. Got no business singing, dancing, preaching, doing anything.
Yeah, talking that crazy shit.
Yeah, in the church. Right. Dancing like you in the club.
Okay. And yo, man, mainly that's why dudes really started going to church anyway.
Right, because it was the club.
I used to say that when I was a young boy, man. I'm like, yo, the church. I said the church ain't nothing but a old heads nightclub, man.
Right.
I said the pastor, the DJ. I mean, he the MC. You got your band and everything and all that. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Right.
And you really paying to be in there because all the types of
them ties, yeah. 3 ties during the whole for an hour.
You got the building fund.
Right.
This fund, that fund, you know? But then you got what? The pastor, speaking of pastors, you got this dude Kanye West, man, who's claiming to be a pastor. This is the same dude that wrote, he read with the Bible.
Right.
He got his own Bible called, what, Yeezy, something like that?
Yeah, something.
And whenever they put, they say Jesus Christ, wherever his name is at, it says Yeezy, you know? And where it says God at, he put Yeezy. He said, for Yeezy created the world. But yo, that's how you know that dude set up. And you niggas believe in that. What he's saying now, first of all, this man is speaking, he's spewing out his mouth a bunch of bullshit. And he's trying to throw some truth in there to hook you. You know?
Right.
So he's like, oh, the 12 tribes of Judah. Now you putting that whole thing all in one thing, man. Without having any proof of what you're saying. You heard us out here, and that's all you was to do. Like you said, to scatter the sheep. Man.
Right. And he's set up. Kanye's been set up to look crazy, to sound crazy, and now that scatters and misinforms our people. You know what I mean? And that woe is destruction.
That's right. That's right.
So verse 2, therefore, thus saith Yahweh, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock, and have driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith Yahweh.
I know, that's what he's doing right now. He's trying to, because yo, this truth is so crazy. Not crazy in that sense, but it's crazy. It's like they trying to shut it down. They're trying to figure out ways to shut it down because it's annoying them. You know? Like me and the brother was talking about before camp. I'm like, yo, man, I said if I was a person and I was lying to a nation of people, the whole world, and people was exposing me, I would hate their ass too, man. And I would want to shut them up, and that's what they want to do. And that's Esau's only defense, man. Because what, he's a violent man, he's a bloody man. That's all he knows is violence, man. So what he going to do? He's going to use his military. You know, use his weapons, use his forces, his FBI's, his CIA's, all his agencies, his sword, man. You know, and that's why he got him following us, doing all this other extra shit.
Right.
Because y'all the ones that's really intimidated, man.
Yeah.
We just out here living our life, man.
Right.
Going about our business, working. You know, and y'all know that, because if you really go into it was a video I watched earlier this week. It was talking about the persecution of the church, the first persecution, and they studied us so well that they knew how peaceful people we was. You know, like it was a certain saint. I forgot his name, but they had they found out where he lived at, and they came to arrest him because he was out there speaking the truth. And when he let him in, they told him, "No, don't let him in. Just go run, go hide." And he ain't even go run and hide. And he was of age. I think he was like 90 something. He was an older man. But when they came to him, he opened the door. He even fed him, man. Gave him something to drink and all that. He took him down. Because look, the same way like how Yahushua, he had to stand in front of his accusers. So they already had him in mind what they wanted to do. He already knew. So he was like, once he got down there, they went through the little situation, whatever, you know, and he saw that he wasn't going to win anyway. He was like, man, let's do what y'all got to do. Man.
Right.
Straight up. Because that's what they want to do anyway. So they want to try to make it look good. So they're justifying their own selves.
Right.
You know? And that's how powerful this truth is. That's why they setting up niggas like Kanye West. They set up Vocab Malone. You know, you even got dudes in the Israelite community, like IUICs, GOCCs, ISUPKs. You know, they teaching you Israelites, but yo, they're not saying the name. They took that Judas purse, you know, and basically they're hiring them.
Yeah, and they ain't eating the whole row. That's right. You know, they speaking smooth things.
That's right.
Prophesied deceits, right?
Yeah, that's right. There's more than that, bro?
Yeah, God.
Because I got something to back.
You got a swift one?
Yeah, nah, but I got something to back.
And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whither I have driven them.
See that kind?
And with that that's why we're saying it's not a color thing, that's and right. We go into that all the time. We're going to look like every nation.
That's right.
We're going to have people look like so-called white people. We're going to have people look like so-called Chinese. And so, but they try to put on us the black Hebrew Israelites. First of all, ain't nobody black.
That's right. No, that's look.
God, hey, you can't make that up.
Right? Walking out, black guys.
Yeah, all black.
That's good.
Every time we out here, man, hey, he show us something, right? All black, everything, right?
Not good.
Hey, man, and so
that's the Lord backing you up.
Right. So that's what we're saying. You know, out of all nations, out of all kindreds people, right? Hey, so it's going to be really based on your spirit. Can you hear this word and receive it? Right. No matter what you look like on the outside. Right. And it's through, again, your father's seed, right? So.
And yo, real quick, that's like the dude came up to camp, this week. And he was like, yeah, you a black Hebrew Israelite.
There you go.
There
you go. That's how you know they've been sent to you.
Exactly. So anytime they do stuff like that, they trying to equivalent you with like negative. Anything black is negative to them.
Right.
That's why like a black Hebrew Israelite. That's why I remember a few years back when the Apostle Tahar, when they would start talking that stuff, he told all of the brothers in GMS to do a video called "Am I Black Hebrew Israelite?" But it was like the speckled birds, the ones that look like other nations. And I'm like, damn. He's like, "Am I Black Hebrew Israelite?" Right. The garment on, breaking down scriptures and shit. So that really jacked them up too, man. Yeah. So anything that they try to throw at us is so, yo, the Lord always got a way that standard, a way to escape, man. Yeah. You know, and a way to combat it, and it's all in this book, man.
Hey, and the true prophets, we ain't taking up arms. We're telling you. Yahweh Shai is going to crack them clouds. Right. And he's going to do his will on this earth. Right. You know? So if you looking at any videos of these other camps with AR-15s and all that, hey man, don't equate that with the true prophets of the Lord. Because our sword is scriptures. And that's where we're going to get our power and our faith and our hope. You know, through Yahweh Shai. Again, through his spirit, power, mercy, and grace. We ain't worrying about anything on a carnal level. You know, so stop equating us with that nonsense. Well, we know why you're doing it, so you can come down on the true prophets. So you set them men up to put them videos up. Hey, man, our war is a spiritual war. We under spiritual warfare, not the carnal. Because we know what you got, right? So we're not worried about it.
That's right. That's right.
And so let's get this right.
Right.
Esau and all you other heathen nations that come
right.
against us.
That's right.
And let me start back at 3. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase.
God. That's right.
And you seeing that right now, our faith is increasing.
Damn, yeah.
We're fruitful because, hey, we're waking up the hopeful elect.
That's right.
And Lord willing, hey, we be at that number, right?
That's right.
So continuing on. Verse 4.
And they say what? They shall be fruitful.
God.
Now look, prime example, when the apostles first hopped on the YouTube, going back to what, 2007. Now this truth spread like wildfire, man. Because you ain't have us talking about we Israelites, like early 2000s, all that. You know, it was here and there. You know, like dudes that's from New York, that grew up there and all that, they see the Israelites out there. You know, that's what the Lord set up. You know, start with One West. With High Priest Abba Bivens, man. High Priest Rabbi Abba Bivens. Now with that, he taught the what was it, the 4 or the 5, which they taught the Apostle Tahar.
God.
You know, because he was right underneath of that. And now Apostle Tahar, he's teaching. But now you see how fast it spreads. You know? To the point, the Israelites are, when you speak of the Israelites, that's a household name now.
Right.
You know, everybody knows about us.
Right.
Man. You know, it's no denying it. But before you even got little dudes just coming out here, throwing on garments, trying to make, oh yeah, we're Israelites.
Right.
But they really don't know what they're getting themselves into,
right.
man. You know, they think it's a fad of, oh, this is the next wave. And no, man, this is life, man. This is serious. You know? And the ones that's playing around, the Most High gonna smoke your ass, man.
Hey, but like the brother said, it's spread like wildfire. That's
right. Come.
You know, and that's why we always say go into the internet was set up for the men of the Lord.
That's right. Come. Yup.
Because you don't have to travel, right?
Yeah, come.
the www makes it travel, right?
That's right.
And so that's why people all over the world is waking up to who they are. And there's nothing wrong with that. So stop trying to act like there's something wrong with people saying who they are. You got Swift? And that's what you try to condemn. You try to condemn that the so-called black man, the so-called Native American man, the so-called Latino man is waking up to their true heritage. There's no hate in that. Matter of fact, there's love. And when you come back to this Bible, that's the problem. You have a problem with the scriptures. You don't have a problem with us. And you may have a problem with yourself. But hey, we're not worried about what you do. We're worried about following these laws, statutes, and commandments.
I got a swift one for you.
Because
what the brother mentioned the internet. So this is Romans chapter 10 and verse 17. Starting at verse 17. It says, so then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world, man. And that's talking about the internet, man. Our sound, when we speaking to this right here, your sound's going to the earth, hitting them satellites, the unicorn, bang, bang, going across the whole planet, man. And it's in the what? In the cyber world, man. You know? So our word is all around. That's why they want to shut down this internet.
Right.
So now you can't get the truth anymore. That's coming, man. You know, because once you put it out there and hear the YouTube world, it stays there.
Right.
You can look up videos from, unless they take them down.
Right.
You know, but you can look up videos from 10 years ago. You know, and get edification, man. They shut brothers' channels down and all that, man.
And that's why brothers got to download their videos, right? And keep it on their computer.
That's right.
Because you know that's going to come. You know they're going to shut it down. Blackout, the real blackout. The real blackout is censoring, and they already started that a while ago, censoring what you can and cannot say.
Yeah.
You know?
Do that on social media, man.
Right.
You can't say certain things. Oh, this goes against community
guidelines,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
So when you do stuff like that, that's bringing you into what? The new world order, man.
Yeah.
Because what you have when you got a so-called thing as a constitution is that's supposed to be your freedom
Guarantee
of speech.
your rights, right? Yeah.
You have a freedom of speech.
Right.
But now they telling you can only say certain things.
Right.
So how's that a freedom of speech, man? They hypocrites, man.
And that only started when we started waking up.
That's right. Yup. Yup.
So they put out these false narratives
Yup.
about us, and they put out these false narratives about other people's free speech,
Yep.
but they're really saying is they're attacking what we're saying.
Right.
That's all.
Yep. That's what they always do. Too.
Yeah.
When you got who's that? What we was just watching, Kyrie Irving,
Right.
and he made a valid statement. He's like, because they was trying to tie him in with us or whatever.
Right.
And he was like, he said, I said this, I put it on the platform. He said, what did I do wrong?
Right.
He said,
Did I do anything illegal?
Yeah, it's illegal. But he
Right.
said, you can say nigga.
Right.
Nobody said nothing about that, you know? So that's why you know it's a control. They're trying to control what you can
Right.
and cannot say. And that's coming into what? The New World Order. That's why they want to chip everybody. They already been listening. They got cameras on all these goddamn blocks.
Right.
You know,
We ain't hiding.
Yeah, exactly. They got microphones everywhere.
They take pictures of me and the brother basically every time we come out here, following us and all that.
Hey man, I'm gonna start posing like
Right.
You
Right.
know what I mean? Get on my stance for him, man. What the fuck? But all you doing, you trying to take the pictures, whatever, trying to make somebody scared shit
Right.
up. Then you can take our faces, put on something, try to make it a false flag with it.
Right,
You're
exactly.
already aware of that, man.
Right.
And we're speaking it, man. We're prophesying about it before it happens.
Right.
You know, because that's what you're trying to do, man.
Yeah,
That's what
come.
you're going to do.
Come.
You know, they're trying to make us look bad. See that this bombing, it was the Israelites.
Right.
Man, they know we're peaceful people, man. You know? But hey, man, we gotta be hated. Like I said, I was talking to brother. I said I'm gonna do a lesson called "You gotta be rejected before you accept it."
Come.
You know, because that's what's gonna happen. We gotta be rejected before we accept it. The Lord was rejected of His own people here, and He created y'all niggas, man. So how much more His servants, man? You know?
And hey, we're not worried about what you do.
Right.
We're not worried about what you do to us. We're waiting on Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's right.
Do what you got to do. Do whatever you want to do. We're going to keep preaching His word. We're going to keep following these laws, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability, and have faith that Yahushua is going to crack them clouds. And that's when our salvation is going to come. Lord willing, we be of that number. Anything else? We don't we don't care. So leave us the hell alone.
That's right. That's right, bro. That's right. I got you. I still got you.
Okay, Khan. Verse 4. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them.
There you go. That's right.
And they shall fear no more. We don't have no fear. Do whatever you want to do. There's no fear.
Right.
We're going to keep pushing this word. We're going to keep, like I said, follow these laws, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability. We're going to keep having faith. Matter of fact, what you do to us provides us more faith, because we know what we're doing is righteous. So as much as you come after us, as much as you do little things to us, hey man, that's actually a faith booster. So keep doing it.
That's right.
Keep doing it, because we will fear no more.
That's right. Celebrate cronies, man.
Khan, nor be dismayed.
Right, yup.
Neither shall be lacking, saith Yahweh. Hey, because the Lord is going to put the spirit and power on us.
That's right, yup.
To continue to go out here.
That's right.
To continue to preach His word.
God. Man, look.
No matter what. Whether you're across the street, down the street, we see you.
Yep.
So we know that you're going to try to put words in our mouth, to try to video us, to try to come at us on a job, do whatever.
Yep.
But that's not going to stop anything.
That's right. Like that song. Ain't no stopping us now.
Right. Right.
Hey man, we gonna keep moving forward.
Right.
You know? Or was it on that?
No.
I got that joint right along what I got. Man.
Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth.
That's talking about Yahushua, man.
Khan.
He's the king that's going to reign forever.
Khan.
It's not the scripture say his kingdom is going to be a world without end. Man. So this the end of the world. Yeah, this is the end of the world. We're happy for that.
Khan.
We know it's the end of the world. But whose world is it in? It's Esau's world. It's coming to an end. And the people that can't see that, that's why the people are going crazy. And they don't want us to come out here and speak on these things, because now people start waking up and they be like, oh man, we who? And they're get in line, get in order, man.
God.
You know? He's trying to, he roams the world seeking whom he may devour.
God.
You know, who he can bring with him. You know, because he know he got to end, man. He just want to come and he want to lie to you, you know, and make you think that he's going to win. He even put it in his movies, Independence Day. You know, they was shooting at Chariots not too long ago. And the Chariots make him look stupid every single time, man. You know, this technology is out of this world. Yeah, it's out of this world. It's not your world.
Right.
It wasn't created by you, so of course it's out of this world. You can't control that. You want to control all aspects of this of everything, but you can't.
Right.
You know, you've been sadly mistaken, man. Very deceived, man. And
Hey.
got you like that.
Hey, and judgment has been put on this earth with all these earthquakes, hurricanes, wildfires, and all that. If you can't see that, and again, understand who that judgment is coming from, hey, you've been blinded.
That's right.
You've been blinded.
That's right.
In his days, Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he shall be called Yahweh our righteousness.
Right. And yo, but it was Mike that was he brought that up. But he brought out the one when he said all Israel should be saved. And he was like, man, this is talking about a future prophecy.
Right.
And he mentioned other things, and the other Edomite was asking a question. And he was like, oh, well, you're talking about what it says in this chapter, and what it says over here. But he was like, yeah, he said 2/3. He said it. 2/3 of Israel is going to be cut off and die. He knows that. That's how he know these devils know the scriptures, man. But he was like, yo, Israel, he said, they're going to be saved. He said, but the remnant's going to be the first one. He even made about the elect and all that, man. So we not out here lying to you.
God.
We out here telling you the truth, man. And that's why we're going to be public. We already public enemy.
Right.
Man. You know, I'm cool with that. I used to listen to Public Enemy when I was a kid. You know? So, hey, man, hey, when you come into this truth, that's what you stepping into. You literally putting your life on the line, man.
God.
Which people don't understand that. You putting your life on the line. That's why I'm faithful to death. And I will give you a crown, man.
Because they definitely have assassinated our character.
Right.
You know, and it will come down to the point where they're going to try to kill us too.
Right.
We know that.
But they did, didn't Nero do that? Back in when they was talking about the Christians, you know that was the Israelites. But he had a party and it was dark, and to light up for his guests, he took the Israelites, wrapped them up with some type of material, and put gasoline on it, like something that was highly flammable, right? And he burned them and put them on like sticks, like these lights right here that you got on the streets. The night lights, we was the actual lights. You know, which is symbolic too, because we are the light of this dark place. You know? So he literally took us and lit us up with everything. You know? But that's some wicked shit. Why? Because we the truth, they believe this, and you was going against it, go against your beliefs. So who's the real terrorist, man?
Right.
Y'all.
Right.
Y'all the real terrorists, man. You know?
And why are you worried about what we believe? Just worry about what you believe.
Just the truth.
Yeah, right. You want to control what we believe. No, those days are over.
That's right.
Those days are over.
That's right.
You know, and the brother talked about prophecy. Hey, here it is. And it's happening right now in verse 7. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that they shall no more say, Yahweh liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
That's right, yeah.
But Yahweh liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country.
Damn, yo, see? And that's what's about to happen.
Right.
Right? Because now we're saying he let us out of the land of bondage, which was what? Egypt.
Right.
You know? That's right. In the Hebrew, right? But now we're saying he's going to lead us out of the north country. What's that talking about? North America. Where we living at.
And it says, and from all countries where the eye had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land.
See that? That's
Come on, man.
That's on all four corners of the earth. That's what's coming, and these devils know that. So they want to deceive you to believe that that's not going to happen. Like, all they can do is threaten you with death, man.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But that's why the scriptures tell you about reincarnation. It explains to you about death. Yahweh Shah conquered even death, man.
Right.
You know? And he also says some men is not even going to taste of the death. You have 1,000 laps.
Right. This is what they're saying right now. Yeah, man, you keep circling around us, right?
Now, was it on that? But yo, that's a beautiful precept right there. Because that's what's coming. Prophecy, the Lord he's going to bring us up out of this place, man. But it's some men is not death here, man. You know? Because he's going to lift up his standard, a way to escape, man. You're about to see some man, I'm telling you, some things that you have never saw in, well, I ain't gonna say in history, but in your lifetime.
That you wouldn't even think of.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yo, and they're putting it in movies. Just like I just went to go see that movie Black Adam on Saturday, man. Not Saturday, Friday. You know? And that movie goes into a lot. So these devils know. But to back you up with a precept, this is St. John chapter 10, in verse. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at verse 10. They'll talk about we went into what the woe to the pastors, right? So this is St. John chapter 10, verse 10. It says, "The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly." All right, so the thief, who's the thief? Esau. You come to steal and destroy and kill, man. We ain't coming in that spirit. We're coming in the spirit to give our people life. We're speaking life to them. These words is life, man. They're everlasting life. Because these words that we're speaking, that's coming out of this book, is never going to go away, man. They're going to hold weight even in the up and coming kingdom, outer kingdom, man. And we're going to rule our kingdom, our world, according to these laws, man. These laws, statutes, and commandments, and they're going to be written on our inward parts. All right, verse 11, it says, "I am the good shepherd. The sheep giveth his life for the sheep." Salakia. It says, "I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep." And that's what the Lord did, man. He gave his life for us. But this is talking about you, Esau. It says, "But he that is a hireling and not the shepherd, whose own sheep are not, Salakia, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming and leaveth the sheep and fleeth. And the wolf catcheth them and scattereth the sheep." And yo, that's Kanye West, man. You see that nigga know what's coming, man.
Right.
He don't care about you. It's all about money. All these dudes is set up. Because they can see, they know what's coming. They put it in their music videos, they put it in their song. They talk subliminal messages, man. They're talking that code, that's the so-called elite code.
Right.
And that's why this dude, Elon Musk, he just went, you know, he owns that, but he went on there and he did a tweet, and it was one word, and it was dialect in the Greek. That's all he put up there, dialect. So when you go into the word dialect, it's a way to communicate, conversation and all that. So why would he put that up there? Because he's saying dialect because he's talking to the elite. You know what's going on, he's speaking that language. So all he gotta do is put that word, they like, okay, it's almost time for this, it's time for that. They speak in code.
Right.
So why out of all the languages you choose Greek? Come on, man, you're going back. So when the Greeks was in rulership.
And hey, man, Kanye, man, destruction is going to come upon you because you are that hireling that the scriptures is talking about.
That's right. And what he's doing, he scattered the sheep, and that's what you was just reading in what's that, Jeremiah?
Jeremiah 23. Right? And hey, talking about I know how it feels now to have a knee on my neck because now I'm not a billionaire anymore.
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on, man.
That's some bullshit.
That's crazy. Right. Eat that missile. Yeah.
That's what's coming from. And they know that, man.
Right.
Because that matter of fact, that makes me think about when he it was a concert, or I know he was in a stadium and he was about to drop his album, and this dude set his whole body on fire, man. Came out, was moving around and shit. But you know they put him out, he had all that stuff in him. But he set his own self on fire. And did it in front of everybody. Why? Because he knows that destruction is coming and y'all niggas is about to be set on fire. So now he's set up to lie even more to them.
Right.
12 tribes of Judah, talk about Israel. Come on, man.
All types of confusion and madness, man.
He's the hireling, right? So it says verse where we at? Verse 13. I said the hireling fleeth. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read verse 12 again. St. John chapter 10 and verse 12. It says, but he that is a hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth, and the wolf catcheth them, and scattereth the sheep. The hireling fleeth because he is a hireling, and careth not for the sheep. You know, so they don't care. He don't care about you Negroes, man. You know, all he's worried about is the next currency that's being set up. You know, what's that? That's that Phoenix rising, man. You know, he's rising out of the fire. So they, you gotta do it. When you start looking into things, you're like, oh snap, this makes sense. Just like I was going on Instagram earlier with this dude Talib Kweli. That nigga's a fucking bug out, man. You know, he's mad talking about he called me a black Nazi. So when I asked him what's a black Nazi, he never could explain it. He was just mad because I was going in the fact that I said I'm an Israelite. This nigga even went on my page, man. He said, you're a Christian, you put on, you're a hypocrite. Dog, you don't even know me, man.
Right,
and you're emotional.
Yeah.
First of all, you got a platform, and you're supposed to be this guy. Why you coming at men that's speaking the truth? And I looked, there was another Israelite brother that got on this page and put all these scriptures on there. I'm like, damn, so nigga, you know the truth, you bucking up against it.
Right.
Your ass might not be around too much longer. Because you've been warned, you heard it. You heard it and you rejected it.
Right.
So now what? The Lord is going to reject you. You into that black conscious bullshit. That's all you rapped about when you was rapping. And the dude made a valid statement. He said you're a washed up rapper. I agree with that. That nigga got emotional. And when I told him stop being emotional, he was like, never tell me what to do. Never. You can get off my page and never return.
Hey, that lets you know, hey man, so you don't want to seek counsel.
That's right. Yeah,
to the men of the Lord. I got a precept for that, matter of fact, too, man.
Yeah, come.
But how'd you finish? Yeah, finish it up.
All right, it says the hireling fleeth because he is a hireling and careth not for the sheep. I am the good shepherd and know my sheep and am known of mine. You know? So the Lord knows. But the point was, matter of fact, let's get the word hireling real quick. Because when you go into the word, it means a person hired to do something. So what? Kanye is what? Hired to cause confusion. And he's doing a hell of a job. You know? But when you go into it, hireling.
Mistotas.
It says misfotas. This reminds me of misinformation.
Yeah.
All right. It says one hired, a hireling. All right. Hireling, hired servant. Check it out. When you go down, misfotas from G3409, a wage worker, good or bad, hired servant, hireling, man. So he's getting paid to do. And when I first started seeing all this crap, I'm like, damn, man, that dude set up. He gotta do. You know, I said this gotta be like a humiliation ritual. You know?
Right.
You gotta be humiliated.
Right. Yep.
You know, to get to that next level.
Yeah.
Man. It's all levels to their bullshit, man.
Right.
You gotta see through it, man. You know, if you got eyes to see, you gonna see it.
God.
You know, that was it, bro.
God. And hey, based off of what you trying to counsel the brother on, and he's not taking that counsel. Like, hey,
bro, he's saying with Jews, and matter of fact, he said he don't got a problem with that part. He said he got a problem with something. He said he's just kept calling him a black Nazi. I'm like, what the fuck is a black Nazi?
Yeah.
You know, just like calling somebody black Hebrew Israelite. So his mind, as much as he thinks he knows, he don't know nothing.
Right.
You know?
Hey, that's why I say, hey, book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 1.
Right.
Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me.
That's right, bro.
and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit,
That's right. And yo, he
that they
was
may
on there-
add sin to sin.
That's right. He was on there laughing at what women were saying. Cause he wanna be right about what he's saying.
Yeah.
He want his ego to be straight. But you're not taking wise counsel. Like you said, it was a brother on there that was an Israelite. He dropped the scriptures of Baruch, Deuteronomy, Matthew. He was going in. I'm reading. I'm like, oh shit. I said, I really don't gotta say nothing. Cause he said everything right there, man. You know? But he might be working with Kanye too, man. Who
Right,
knows?
exactly.
You know, because they all in cahoots together.
Right.
Once you're in that industry, yo, look, man. If you gonna go against them, it's like a Democratic Republican Party. Them niggas have dinner with each other.
Oh yeah, or they
have
call you,
family,
tell you, hey
kids.
Kanye, I'm
Yeah.
going to say this,
Uh-huh,
so just
yup.
know, you know what I mean?
Yo, you know it ain't personal, bro.
Right.
It's all about the bag, man.
Right,
You know,
right,
he probably
right,
laughing,
right,
having
right.
dinner and all this shit.
Or they need people to be set up to go after him, right?
That's
Because
right,
again,
yeah.
it's that humiliation ritual
That's
that
right,
they got
yup,
set up
yup, Yeah.
in
How many
Hollywood.
times he been doing that? Come on, man.
Yeah.
That nigga's known for that shit.
Right,
How you get to $1 billion that fast? Now all of a sudden they take it away. So you're going to step to the next level, man.
right.
You know? They putting all your business out there. That's humiliating. You know? It's like the men of the Lord, we being humiliated. But everybody, matter of fact, what's that scripture? When the rich man speaking?
Oh, Khan, yeah.
I got it. But yo, but we've been saying that the same thing that this dude said, not the same thing, we're saying more deeper stuff, but we're telling you the truth.
That's the rock, right?
Yeah, I'm in it right now.
Khan.
I'm just trying to find it. But when we say we're looked at because we're poor, you know,
Right.
we're poor of our people. So
But
that's how
our
we-
foundation, though, of our spirit is through this, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, through scriptures.
That's right, right.
Not through our own vain deceits and what other nations have told us
That's right, right.
about anything.
That's right.
You know, so we know that that man is not in the right spirit.
At all. At all, man. Hold on, let me find it.
Come. And so what the brother was bringing out is basically saying he's trying to counsel this so-called rapper, whoever he thinks he is,
Yeah.
you know, back to the foundation of truth. And the foundation of truth is found in the scriptures. Point blank, period. So anything else that you're saying and you can't find in this book is what? Is madness.
Right.
And is deceit, and will scatter the sheep away, particularly men that do have a so-called platform in this world, that are of this world. Because what does the scripture say? Hey, the world hated Yahushua, so of course it's going to hate us, you know, because no servant is greater than his master. Roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah. That's right. Hold on.
Got it?
I know it's. I got it marked up. I'm just missing it.
And so, again, what we're trying to bring out is the fact that we are the Israelites,
Oh, good too.
and we know who we are, and we know what we have to do on this earth. And that's following these laws, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability. And to magnify the name of Yahweh. Why Yahweh shot?
Yeah, here you go. Yeah, I'm sure.
That's our job. Anything less than that, man, hey, we not doing what we supposed to do.
Right. You got company. True.
Yeah, they always around. Hey, but hey, they ain't gonna stop nothing.
Boy, you in the game or something. Yo. Oh man, that's funny as shit. But cause he same thing we've been shit, like talking about for forever.
Right.
Now he starts speaking it, and oh my God, everybody wants to listen. And then a lot of people like, yo, you got and that's how I think that dude Talib set up too, because he's pushing that Nazi narrative, man. So he's going against what these Jewish people, the people that's here, you know, that's controlling the world. He ain't saying nothing wrong. What he said? Yo, y'all own all the media. Y'all own all the stadiums. You know? You
I'm actually.
you what
What
else? You own everything. You own the banks. You control the money. So what did he say that was so much that offended you? You know? He spoke the truth on that aspect, man. So them the real we got names in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, so yo man, like he's exposed. Well, he not exposed. Y'all been exposed, man. You know, you've been exposed for some time now. But real fast, it's Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 13, verse 23. It says, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. And look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds. But if a poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. You know? So he can stumble as many times. What he do, he got people that help him out, man. Believe that. Trust and believe he got people that help his ass out because he's not doing this for in vain. Well, it is in vain, but to him, it's not in vain. You know, he's looking at it as he's going to gain something.
Hey, man, and you got a bag filled with hopes. So you can keep talking about how much money you got, how much money you lost. Hey, all of it's going down.
Right.
All of it.
That this place is about to be destroyed.
Right.
It says, let me just finish it out. It says, verse 24, it says, riches are good unto him that hath no sin, and poverty is evil in the mouth of the ungodly. The heart of a man changeth his countenance, whether it be good or evil, and the merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance. A cheerful countenance is the token of a heart that is in prosperity, and the finding out of parables is a wearisome labor of the mind. You know?
Woo!
And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to find out these parables. They want to know the deep sayings. That's why they putting that coon up there, man.
Right.
You know? To speak that, yo, what is he really saying? You know? He's going to set his people free. Nigga, you're not Moses, man.
Right.
You're no Moshe. You know? You're no prophet. Matter of fact, you are a prophet. You're a prophet of Baal.
Right.
You know, you're a false prophet. And it's going to be seen that you really are. You know? I got another one real quick.
Got.
This is Sirach chapter 36. Because the Lord, as soon as he want to show his power in his earth, he got to. All right? It says, have mercy upon us, O Yahweh Shemel Shah, power of all, and behold us, and send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. True. You know? And that's what we tell y'all. We want him to bring his fear on y'all that seek not after him. And he started doing that. Why? You go to 2nd Ezra's, what's that? 15? Oh, no, 9. And it talks about he going what? He's going to he began to visit the earth with the earth,
which he knew.
It says, verse 3, lift up thy hand against the strange nations, and let them see thy power. As thou wast sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us. All right, so now we're sanctified in Yahweh Shai. Why? Because we come out here, we speak his word. So we're justified in what we're saying. Why? Because we can refer to the scriptures.
God.
Everything that we speak of comes out of this book. So you're not saying nothing that, like, you can't, whatever you try to say about us and try to combat us with, it's already in this book.
Yeah, nothing you can do.
So we got to, what they say, we got to rebuttal for you. It's still over there.
And hey, as the brother was speaking, you know, when you think about it, huh? Yeah, I didn't want to get that. You see what I mean? We was getting that. Shit. I was like, man, let me move this camera away from that.
Oh shit.
Right, exactly. So what you know, and what the brother's saying basically too is what are we saying? Because what they do is they put a kunye up there, right, to twist words, to make it look like we're something that we're not. What are we saying? We're telling our people to follow the laws, statutes, commandments of the Bible to the best of their ability. That's what we're saying.
Right.
Ultimately, what are we doing? We're waking up the hopeful elect.
Right.
Because there are many that are going to be called, but few that are going to be chosen. But they have to spin another narrative of violence,
Right.
of hate. That's the narrative they have to spin.
That's right.
But all in all, we show love
Right.
to every Israelite. And we do want to be peaceful with even the heathen nations. We want to live peacefully,
Right. Told you that.
if at all possible, right?
Yep.
Roughly paraphrasing, if at
Right.
all possible, live
Right,
peacefully
right.
amongst all men,
That's right.
right? But we start with our brethren, the so-called black, so-called Native American, so-called Latino, no matter what you look like, because again, it's through the seed of your father. And we know we're scattered in all nations, so we're going to look like all nations. So it's through your spirit.
Oh man.
You got a swift one?
Spirit, no,
Yeah,
man.
that's-
No, because the Lord, I'm saying, the Lord about to show us love, man. It says, all right, where was it? Sirach chapter 36, and maybe that's one 4. We start verse 4. It says, as thou was sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us. So they're going to see his power. It says, and let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no power but only thou, O power. So there's no power but his power, man. And these people and they believe in something completely different. When you ask them, they be like, it don't matter what you call God, you can just serve God. So they have a false visual or false understanding of who the Most High really is, man. Because if you're saying you can call him anything and do all that, you don't know who he is. And that's why he's going to show you who he is. And then you go, oh, snap, Yahweh, that's what and all that, man. Then you go and know his name. Then you go and want to call his name, man. Because any other name that you call him, if it's not Yahweh or Yahweh Shai, the Father's name is Yahweh, the Son's name is Yahweh Shai, you call him any other power, Jesus Christ, Allah, Buddha, whoever you believe in, when these days come, he's not going to hear you, man.
Hey, he says his name is a strong tower, right?
That's right. The righteous went to it and saved.
Right. Right.
But it says, verse 5, it says, and let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no power but only thou power. Shew new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. Raise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversity and destroy the enemy, man. Come on, man. And that's what we want, man.
God.
And that's what the Lord wants. And he's telling us how it's going to happen because we come out here speaking it first. So now you heard it. So all we're doing is ushering in the Lord, man. We like the ring announcer. Here comes the king of stings, master of disaster, the terror of this, the terror of that. Yahweh Shai! That's what we doing. We're ushering him in, man. Through the words that he told us to speak. And when he comes and do what he said he was going to do, we spoke of it and he's going to handle the rest, man.
That's right. It's already written.
And what he said, strengthen his right arm, we want to be on the right-hand side, man. Starting with his elect. That's the right-hand side. That's the right arm, man. Just like how he sits on the right hand of the Father. Now you see, they just had, matter of fact, I'm going to say that, but Yahweh Shai coming, man. He's coming. Man.
We are in the last days for the last days. This is the end. We are at the end.
That's right.
Whether you were here or forbear.
I got a real swift one. The back, this one is Isaiah 29, and I'm going to start at, verse 15. It says, therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people, even marvelous work and a wonder For the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent men shall hide, shall be hid. So, yo, that's why y'all, everything that y'all had, that y'all know, you think you know and all that. You know, the Lord, yo, he's hiding it from you. That's why y'all you want to be on us so much. What do they know? Because without us, it's no y'all. We taught y'all everything that y'all know. And what you do, you try to flip it on us. Like the brother made a beautiful statement earlier, before camp when we was at the crib talking. He like, man, when everything goes down, they want to put us in there to bring it back up because they know our hands are blessed. So now once it come back up, they want to jump back in the driver's seat.
Right.
Yeah, we was doing this the whole time. You know? That's like we created a whole lot of things. Jacob is the former of all things. So every invention that we created, all they did was took it from us and put their name on it. You know? That's why they're the thief, they're the robber, man. And for that, they got a lot to pay for. They even took us. You know? But that was all through the spirit of power, Yahweh Hashem Shah. And it's talking about showing marvelous wonders, what you had this week. I believe it was Monday. If not Monday, it was Sunday. Was the last partial solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse. That's the sign of the year. So that was the last sign for this year. That's in the sky, man. And the moon and all that. All right, so the Lord, man, he's coming, man.
Hey, we know, this is the Lord movie anyway, so he got you in a trick bag thinking you about to do this and do that. But hey, he gonna set that standard against you.
That's right.
As soon as you think you're doing something, you know?
That's right. Back in Isaiah 29 and 15, it says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel. To hide their counsel from Yahweh. And their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth this? And whom knoweth this? That's why, yo, we bringing the light to your lives, man. Y'all hiding, y'all lying. And that's why you keep setting up your Kanye Wesses, your Vocab Malone. They even hire Vocab Malone to be like a chaplain of the NFL, just in case the players start talking about, oh, we're Israelites. So he could combat that. Oh, no, you're not. Look at the Bible here. It says this, that. And you think Vocab Malone ain't seek out these scriptures? He constantly going at it with the apostles and always getting shut down.
Right.
Man. He finds himself, he thinks he's wise, but he's a fool because he really don't know the Bible, man. So it's like he think he has an understanding, but he don't, because the only men that have an understanding is the men of the Lord, who the Lord gave to. He said, what haven't the elect obtained that they asked for? And the man of the Lord is going to seek for wisdom. Look at King Solomon. He ain't asked for silver, he ain't asked for gold. He just asked for wisdom to lead this nation. Because y'all some hard-headed, stiff-necked niggas, man. I see why Yahweh Shah had gray hair that young. Dealing with you niggas, man.
And what it say, hey, you can't do nothing to the truth but for the truth.
That's right.
So anything you think you doing to counter this truth, hey, you just make yourself look even worse.
That's right, man. That's right. This is back in Isaiah 29 and 16. It says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say unto him that made it, he made me not, or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding. Like, come on, man. So it's like you making a pot.
Right.
And the pot is like, it's like, yo, he didn't put this groove in me, I did it. Like that woman that was talking earlier when we was at, in the car, we was listening to this Edomite woman talk about the Lord. Talking like he did the deed with his disciples. Talking madness, man. And for that, yo, the Lord gonna deal with her for that, man. Because you spreading blasphemy's lies, man. You trying to turn things upside down. You calling wicked good and good wicked, man. You know? And it's a consequence for that. Which the Lord, man, you're gonna see it real soon, man. Just wait for it. All right? It says, is it not yet a very little while, and Lebanon shall be turned into a fruitful field, and the fruitful field shall be esteemed as a forest. And in that day shall the deaf hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see the obscurity and out of the darkness, man. You know? For people waking up, man, they're starting to see all these things, man. But then you still got some people that's just blind as hell, man. They don't want to hear the truth, man. They don't care to hear the truth, man. They don't want to seek it. They rather believe lies and all that. You know? That was it.
God. Hey, and Esau, here's what you got coming. It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 14. The great day of Yahweh is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Hey, what did the Apostle Tahar coin this year? The year of Yahweh by Shem Yahshai's turn up.
Right.
And we see, hey, we're in November.
Damn, yo, come.
Where did this year go?
Yeah, right? It seemed like it was just New Year's yesterday.
Right. Right. So it's moving fast. It's moving faster than any time that I've known.
Yo, come.
You know, so it is
They
hasty grace.
And they even said that, sisters, you know, they always want to do science. Even the scientists said it. It's like, yo, the earth is spinning faster.
John.
That's the Lord speeding up time. Why? He can't do that. He created it.
Right.
Do whatever you want with this piece. You know?
Yeah.
It don't gotta be your understanding because you don't understand what he understands.
John.
It's levels, man. If you understood everything the Lord knows, what would make him the Lord?
John.
He would just be he'll be equal with you. He's not equal with you. He created you.
John. It says, even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
That's crazy. That's talking about your military troops. And that's crazy because look, I just seen a TikTok with the military boy. He was a solid one. He dancing, doing all this shit. But he's considered a mighty man. Yo, he gonna cry bitterly. Even those ones over there in Russia, those soldiers that's real tough and manly and all that, they gonna be crying too. When they see that sky crack open, man.
John.
That's why the Lord gonna have to put the spirit on them to fight, man.
Right.
You know? Matter of fact, it's a scripture that goes into that.
I got some more on this one. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wastiness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. Hey man, the Lord is not playing.
That's right.
This is a warning. This is a warning to every person on the earth.
That's right, kind. That's right.
That this day of the Lord is coming. So we're letting you know beforehand.
That's right.
And if you can't see it, then hey, it is going to take you by surprise. And you shall be consumed while you standing on your feet. You're going to be consumed.
That's right. Look at the days of Noah, man. Same time now. The people in that same spirit getting married. I got a homeboy in the world that was talking about, yeah, man, I'm gonna marry my girl next year.
Lord willing, there's not a next year.
He's
How
like,
about
I
that?
want you to be the best man. I said, you know what? I said, just keep me posted.
You know?
I don't got no intentions of going to that. Because I know your mindset is not on the same.
Right.
Like, it's about to come a time, man, you ain't, no. Listen, man, ain't nobody gonna get that.
Hey, it says one man shall desire to visit another and shall not be able to, roughly paraphrasing.
And yo,
hey man, we coming into them times.
What they talk about now? If it's a nuclear strike or threat, they can shut down the city, and you can't leave because they don't want you to leave outside the city to put fear in other people. You know?
Yeah.
So hey man, that's hey,
come. Verse 16, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. Right there, yeah, God.
This is the fifth city, man.
God.
You know, it's talking about Babylon, man. This shit is done, man. And it's telling you because this is the nucleus of NATO. You know, the EU. But right now, all those nations is backing up, man. You have who? But only difference, you got Ukraine wanting to join NATO for protection. But China getting away from America, Russia they got away. You got Britain, the Brexit. All of them is joining the BRICS, man.
Turkey side with Russia on things.
So what you got? That's Britain, Russia, Iraq, China, and that's
No, you talking about the BRICS nations?
Yeah.
That's
Britain, Russia, Iraq, China, and there's one more. I think not Syria. Spain.
no.
Spain.
For the BRICS, it's Brazil,
Yeah, that's what I meant. Brazil.
Russia,
Yeah, Brazil.
India, China, and South Africa.
No,
That's the BRICS.
Yeah, that's it. That's a lot. I got that tied up with the what's his name, NATO. But yeah, Brazil, yeah, cut, man. And yo, South Africa, they just said something recently about Russia right now. Russia and China is they're trying to make a new currency backed by gold. But then it said, because I just looked at the article, it said they want to make a new currency backed by gold. And they said, but the American dollar still is down. So, of course, the media here is going to say that, but they want you to keep putting your trust in this shit.
Hey, a little more. And I will bring distress upon men. And it's actually going to go into what actually you just talked about.
See, that's the spirit.
That they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against Yahweh. And their blood shall be poured out as dust, flesh as the dung.
That's a lot of destruction. That's a lot of death. And yo, what's the whole? What's Halloween tomorrow? that's a whole day of death. You got who that man? This guy, Norman Bates. A lot of people been talking about him, but they had that whole series of him. Matter of fact, he was from Wisconsin. That's where he did all his little shit at over there. So now you had it was a Jake, I think, that just committed a whole bunch of murders over there. So all they doing is they're putting out that vibration of death, because death is coming on our head. You seeing people dropping dead that took the Yakadai, man, that potion. All they doing, things are turned up. And this is the year of turn up. So just imagine 2023, man. That might, man, listen, let's go. I just can't wait to hear what the apostle deems that year to be. Because he on point every single year I've been in this truth. And always, he never once was wrong, man. That's how I know the Lord's working with that brother. And been working with him for a long time now. That's why dudes is jealous of him and they want to take his spot and all that. No, it's play your position, man.
Hey, man, the Lord sets up men.
That's right.
And it's his choice.
That's right.
Not yours. Just fall in line.
That's right.
And hey, fight for your own penny.
That's right.
Stop trying to change the doctrine. Stop trying to do your own thing and try to be the guy. You're not the guy. The Lord has set up that man to be the guy. And that's it.
They did the same thing to Moses. What happened? His own sister. And what happened to her ass? Leprosy.
Verse 18. Neither their silver, that's going into what you were saying, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in that day of Yahweh's wrath.
See that? And what's that? Russia, China, you got your nuclear missiles. Now you want to back everything by gold. That's not going to save you. That gold, okay, yeah, back it up by gold. Have it gold. Keep it warm for it. That's coming for that too.
Right.
Everything that y'all doing, y'all only doing it for our sakes, but you don't know that. Everything you're doing is for the Israelites' sake. Start with the elect, man. Because y'all going to bow down and worship at the elect's feet first. Because what the Lord said, so your enemies be your footstool. They're going to want to be, oh, yo, look at this. Like, oh, yeah, praise and bless you. That's how they're going to see you, man. In the kingdom, they're going to worship you. Like right now, how they look at you like you're a fucking disease to them, man. We're a proverb, man. We're a pitiful thing here, man. But the Lord is about to turn those things around, man. And how is he going to do it? With great power. Because once they see that power and that power is bestowed upon you, they're going to be like, oh, man. Because none of their people had no power like that.
Right.
Never ever did, man. All they can do is what? Use their blessings. That's not power, man. We gonna have real power to float, levitate, to heal, to do a lot, man. Control all the elements, man. Like Yahweh Shah made a tree stop producing fruit. The fig tree. And to this day, that tree sits over there and no fruit comes on it, man. That's power. To do something like that. Esau can't do that. They could cut a tree down, that shit going right back. You know?
Hey, and that's forever.
That's right.
And that, we need that divine intervention in order to receive that.
That's right.
You know, and it says, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land.
A speedy riddance. That means he's gonna get rid of y'all niggas, man. Quick, fast, and a hurry, man. And yo, to back you up, that's right on point, man. Man, here we go. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and verse 31, starting at verse 31. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at verse 30. It says, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, one realm against another. And yo, these are the things that's to come, because what's going on right now? All they doing is being drawn into the places where the Lord is drawn them to for the battle, man. You know? What's that in Ezekiel? When it talks about he's putting the hooks in their jaws, you know, he's bringing them out. You know, just like when you have an animal and you're leading it, you put the leash on and everything, you're drawing it, come on, you're leading it to where it needs to go to. That's what the Lord is doing with these other nations. And it says one realm against another, because he's going to have a spirit world fight with this realm right here, physically, which is going to explain. It says, verse 32. It says, and the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen which I shewed thee before. And then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. This is saying, yo, Yahweh Shai is coming back. The one that you saw as a man ascending, going back up into heaven, that's the same one coming back. The one you saw get beamed into that ship, that's the same person coming back. Right? It says, and when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle. They have one against another, and an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. So that's the war in heaven that has been talking about all this time. This is explaining to the team. All right? So the ones that's talking about that war in heaven already happened. No, it didn't happen. These are the things that's to come. All right? And we're speaking prophecy. We're telling you, man. All right? Because they don't speak these things in these buildings because why? They're not allowed to. They want your money. We don't give a damn about your money. Right. Keep that shit. The money's right here in this book. You know? It says, but he shall stand upon the top of the Mount Zion, and Zion shall come and shall be shewed to all men, being prepared and builded like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands. And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest, man. So all your inventions that you're making, the Lord going to destroy you, man. Like the brother was just reading about. The Lord is coming to take this place completely down. Your sword that you have, he gave you, he blessed you with it. So it only makes sense that he's the one to come back and take it from you. You know? It says, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame. And he shall destroy them without labor, while the law which is like unto fire. Man. That's, yo, and this about to get deep. Because it's about to go and tell you, like, yo, because all these things you're making, he's going to do, yo, all the torments that's on your mind that you want to do to Israel, he's going to put on your mind, it's going to become you. You know? Now, you're the same thoughts that y'all got. Now, that's why I said, fear not. And that's why we read these things. Man, we go into it and we like, oh, this is comfort. But with that comfort, you have to believe in it.
Right.
Because if you don't believe, you're just going to be like, oh, it's just words, whatever.
Right.
It has no meaning to it, you know? But the Lord is bad. He's, man, watch this, man. It says, and whereas thou sawest that, Shalak, it says, and whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him. So he gathered the peaceable multitude. Who's that's talking about? Let's talk about the elect. They're going to be lifted up into those ships. You know, this is talking about your salvation, the salvation of Israel, man. Starting with that 144,000 and the 1/3, man. Those are the peaceable people, because what the scriptures tell us, what the brother quoted earlier, if it be at all so, live peaceable among men. All right? The Lord giving us, we got the whole movie right here. We have the key to this place. The Lord's going to give, we have it in our minds now, but he's going to physically give it to us. You know, all we got to do is believe and come out here and speak. And things will happen, man. You know, prayer is power. Prayer is the beginning. I'm going to keep saying it. Prayer is the beginning of spiritual power, man. You know? But it says, verse 40, it says, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hoshea, the king whom Salmanzar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters. And so came they into another land. So that's talking about when we came from over there to here, man. You know, the 10 tribes. You know, what's that? The northern. You know, that came over the waters here. Because you still had Judah, Benjamin, and Levi over there in
Jerusalem.
Yeah, Jerusalem, Rome. You know, those are the ones that ran into the western coast of Africa to escape Roman persecution. And those are the ones that was brought over here by ships, but the other 10 was already over here. You know?
In a land where no man dwelt.
That's right. It says, because it said over the waters. How you think this fucking guy, Cristobal Colon, even could find how to get here? He used this book right here, where we're reading out, the book of Ezra, man. And it even said that in his movie. Like where he said, he made a comment. If you watch the movie Christopher Columbus, he said, he's like, yeah, we the prophet Esdras. He made mention of it. So that's how you know this book is real, man. You know? It says, but they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. What the brother just said, that they might dare keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into Euphrates by narrow passages of the river. For the Most High then shewed signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely a year and a half. And the same region is called Ashereth. No, so that's right here, man. But the Lord is going to destroy this place. He's going to bring us out, which we was just reading about. And it told you about how the 10 tribes got over here. You know, the Lord held back the flood so we could get here. Once again, you know, when we came out of Egypt, what did he do? He split the Red Sea for us, man. So you mean to tell me he don't care about his people, man? You watch your goddamn mouth, man.
Bugged out. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 53. Though Babylon should mount up to heaven, and we know Babylon the Great, we know that's talking about America, right?
That's right.
And that means that rulership, right? So great rulership, right? And though she should fortify the height of her strength, yet from me shall spoilers come unto her, saith Yahweh.
Spoilers, man, that's awesome. Because they're going to be spoiled, man. Everything is going to, all your goods is going to be taken from you, man. You was a spoiler at one time, y'all spoiled our nation. So the good things that we had, the 5 years that we had, y'all took. You know, when you start like, the death of Queen Elizabeth, man, that brought out a whole lot of edification, man. But now you start to see the gold and everything, and the people know where it came from and who it belonged to, and it had Israelite images on that, right? You know. So if she was wearing that, it came from us, man. It belonged to us. The riches of this earth belong to us.
God.
And y'all riches, y'all want to bring us in the kingdom. You know?
It says, a sound of cry cometh from Babylon, and great destruction from the land of the Chaldeans. And we know, again, Babylon is talking about America. The Chaldeans is talking about America. Sodom is talking about America. Egypt is talking about America. So it's just a symbolism of what this country is. So when you see, you know, it's not always obviously talking about what happened in the past. It's talking about in the future.
Right.
And it's just likening America to the past Babylon or the past Sodom, you know, because it's taking on these characteristics.
Right.
So let's not get simple and think it's, oh, well, that already happened. No, it's talking about future prophecy.
Right. And the Chaldeans, they was heavy in the witchcraft.
Done.
You know, they was heavy in the witchcraft.
Yeah.
And America practices, they do the same thing.
Done.
Look what they do to the music.
Right.
And how they elite with their. Matter of fact, this guy Nas, Little Nas X, he just exposed it. Well, I've been exposed, but he was speaking, and they was asking him questions. Because now it's so in the open. It's been exposed so much to shame. Now they're free to talk about it. You know, he said, well, yeah, what type of witches? What do y'all do? He said, well, you know, we drink blood, and he said we do that as a sacrifice, and we think about power. He said we do that for power. He said, and then we make plans on depopulating the world, making everybody gay. I said, God damn. But those are the thoughts that's in their mind. Why you think Lil Nas X, he got all that money, he might not even be a mother. Who knows? I think the nigga is, though. But he getting paid to bounce around and do homosexual acts, man. You know? That's their agenda, man. But when we come out and speak it, don't nobody listen to us, but let them speak it, and then now they accept it. Oh, as long as they don't bring it over here, they already brought it over to you. It's on your television screen. Your children, they're teaching your children these things in school. They got these people coming to your schools teaching the children, man. The alphabet community. LBGT, whatever the hell, QXYZ, them dudes, man.
Hey, the sins have reached the heaven, man.
That's right.
And that's why, hey, the Lord is coming to destroy it. As it says here, verse 55, because Yahweh hath spoiled Babylon and destroyed out of her the great voice. When her waves do roar like great waters, and noise of their voice is uttered. Because the spoiler is come upon her, even upon Babylon, and her mighty men are taken. Every one of their bows is broken. For Yahweh power of recompenses shall surely quite requite. And this is spoken. So, hey, man, it's not going to go void. So your great and mighty kingdom is falling. Babylon is falling, is falling. And we seeing it right now. And there's nowhere to go but down. So, hey, man, your time is up. And it is what it is. You know, because the Lord has spoken it.
That's right.
And who can turn it back? Nobody. And that's what you're mad at. But you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing about it. Matter of fact, so just enjoy yourself. You know,
enjoy your kingdom.
Enjoy your kingdom. Let the men of the Lord do what they got to do.
Right, yeah. Because all we doing was speaking against the country. I mean, yeah, your country, your kingdom. You know, which this ain't a country, it's a corporation. You know, but damn, this is
What was you thinking of?
It's it talks about how Yahweh Shalom comes. He said, with our hands, destroyed it with our hands, and the flame that came out of his mouth, and it consumed everything that was around. I know it's in Exodus. That's a bad precept. No, just bear with us real quick. We're about to get a battle anyway. Oh man, you know what? I got one. I'm a fan.
Hey, I'll just bring out Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, and that's what we're trying to feed you, right? We're trying to give you that knowledge. Although we know the only people that's going to wake up is the elect, right?
Right, that's right.
But hey, that still doesn't negate our job is to preach this word, because now we can say that this word has been voiced and this gospel has been heard throughout the whole earth.
That's right. Yeah.
So again, it's a sign to show that only a few that are actually going to get it.
That's right. Yeah.
That's the sign. But the fact of the matter is, our job and our duty is to preach this word, whether you were here for bear, you know. But our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because they have rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee. And the Lord, again, as you see as a sign, we know people that have been rejected because they scoff, they buck up against the truth, and they do what they want to do. You know? It says that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. And we see families of this, right? Because if your mom is bucking up against it, your dad's bucking up against it, hey, what you think the children's going to be like? They're going to follow their parents, right? They're going to follow their neighborhood. They're going to follow these false leaders in Israel, right? But hey, that's a sign, and it's really a faith booster to the hopeful elect, because we know that this understanding is a gift. You know, it says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
That's right.
A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. So you see men of the Lord that are real and true men of the Lord, because they not only come out here on the highways and hedges, they not only do videos, they not only congregate in classes with brothers, but they actually in their own lives do the will of the Lord by keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability.
Right.
So they ain't just out here for no show. This ain't about a show. This ain't about this the next wave of things.
Right. Yeah.
This is about working out for our own salvation and glorifying, magnifying the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's right.
That's our duty. And it's a light thing compared to what Yahushua is going to do for us, compared to what Yahweh and his love for us. Because, hey, man, we've been as wicked as anything and anybody on this earth. But now we're coming back to this righteousness. Now we're coming back to understanding our duty, not just who we are as a nation, as a people, but our duty, our walk, you know? And that's the main point, to magnify and glorify the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, it says in Ecclesiastes, what does it say? It says what the whole duty of man is, right? Fear God and keep his commandments. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments. You know? Anything less, you're going off. And you set yourself up for eternal damnation, right? And having your head down in the kingdom. Hey, because we know all Israel, you know, shall be saved. But hey, your goal should be to see this happening, see the destruction of America happening. That should be your goal. You know, with all the hell they done put the men of the Lord through,
Right.
and our families through, you know, that's why we sigh and cry. And hey, that's why we know the spirit of our people are up there, you know, with Yahweh Shem Yahushua sighing and crying.
Right. Well, you know what the scripture in Ezra was talking about his ship. When it's like he said, what mountain he marveled, like what mountain did he cut it from? Because it's so long. I think half is on the land, half is on the sea.
Yeah. I'm trying. Yeah.
That's another one.
Yeah. got a precept. The book of Psalms, chapter 40, verse 1. I waited patiently for Yahweh, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. So, hey, if you're a righteous man, the Lord is going to hear our cries. And he heard our cries by, again, giving us this truth, giving us this gift. Because, as the brother said earlier, that's the riches of this world. This knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of this book. You know, because it was once closed to us. The book was sealed, right, for some time. But he inclined to hear us, right? It says, he brought me up also out of an horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock and established my goings. It says man's goings are of the Lord, right? How then can a man understand his own way? Right. So he set us on a rock, which means he established his foundation through this book. He established our ways. Right. You know? Verse 3, and he had put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our power. Many shall see it and fear, and shall trust in Yahweh. Amen. David, man, wrote some beautiful songs, man. And an absolute faith booster, you know, to us this day. Because what was written aforetime was written for our learning and to increase our faith. You know, because it's almost like, you know, when we get into these scriptures, when we get into the history of the scriptures, we can see ourselves in it because we were. You know, whether you can hear forbear in terms of reincarnation, that we were the men of old. Not to say we know who we were exactly, but in the spirit we can feel that. Hey, man, I feel the spirit. I was in that time when these things were happening because we were. You know.
Sure. I can't find it, man. Well, I was gonna bring it out because they was looking at they was like from NASA, and they was looking at this ship. This ship is so huge that it's just like bigger than the Earth. And they was like, he was like, yo, what is that right there? They said, that's no asteroid. That's no this. You know? And he was like marveling at it, man. Well, I know Ezra spoke about that when he mentioned how big the Yahweh ship was. He was saying half was on the land and half was on the sea. He said if he looked around and see what mountain that he cut it out from. You know? But he said he saw no mountain that was removed. That's the point. Man, I can't believe it.
See if I can.
Matter of fact, I'll hop in this right look for that. Let's talk about now. Because now these children, like you got children that's like way more advanced than they was before. You know, like coming up in our time, it took a child a long time to speak. You know, a couple of years before they uttered their first words, you know. Yeah, we definitely about to get about it.
Yeah, right.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 21. It says, and the children of a year old shall speak with their voices, and the women with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And now, y'all, I remember when you sent me that picture of the Whole Foods, where, yo, the shelves right now are starting to empty out, man. Because what, that famine's coming, where you're not going to be able to go into the market and purchase all the food that you could purchase before. You know? There's going to be limits on everything, eventually to the point where there's nothing in the markets at all, man. All right? It says, and the trumpet shall give a loud sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. And you seeing the what? The Mississippi River dried up. You got the Euphrates River drying up, right? You got friends that fighting over politics now. They fighting like enemies. This whole Kanye West, this is bringing a whole bunch of division. And what the Lord say, think not that I've come to bring peace on earth, but a sword.
The sword.
You know, I've come to set a man out of variance. They're fools. A brother against sister. Well, father against son, mother against daughter. You know? So these are things that's coming, which are already here. All right? It says, verse 25. It says, whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape, and see my salvation and the end of your world. And the men that are deceived shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth. And the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned to another meaning. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. All right? So the Lord, this is the end time. That's what's happening now. The Lord about to he about to set the record straight. You know? I couldn't find that scripture as it was.
Yeah, we'll get it next time.
We're going to get it, and I'll probably post it in the comments. You know? But you got anything else, man? So with that, we pray that this camp was edifying. You got something out of it. The help is on the way. It's coming, man. Woe to you prophets, man, that you pastors that misguide the sheep, man. And that's why we out here, to set the record straight and to tell you about Yahweh Shem Shai, by Shem Al-Chaka, that's what I said. All right, so with that, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakar Kadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. Until next week, we're going to say Mawafa Baba Ba.
Mawafa Baba Ba.
Kwam Yasharam.
Kwam Yasharam.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Death to America. Got a little hour in his ass.
I'm glad we ended.
Yeah, cut. Where we at?